Thank you so much, Mike. Good morning, everyone, and I hope you're having a great morning so far. We've had excellent sessions. The first session got off to a little bit of a technical glitch, but here we are, and hopefully we worked it all out. But I would like to, first of all, welcome you all to the 1 Degree of Change Symposium. We've been conducting many sessions over the course of the last 3 days. My name is Stefan Nespacil. I am the Earth Ethics Institute professional at Miami Dade College North Campus, and we have been hosting the 1 Degree of Change Symposium, as I mentioned, and today's session is actually a mini forum within the larger symposium called the Student Sustainability Forum, and we've had students and organizations and clubs providing different kinds of presentations on the topic of not only the climate crisis, UN SDG number 13, which is what we've been focusing on this week. However, we've also been looking at any topics that really touch on how do we live more sustainably? How do we connect more deeply with nature? So I want to also mention that we are in partnership with our friends at the Institute for Civic Engagement and Democracy. So if any of you are following along with the Civic Action Scorecard, you can add points to your total by attending the session. You can download those through the Civic Action Scorecard. As Mike mentioned, we have a pre-survey link in the chat, so please check the chat. We'd like to just get your thoughts before we get started. This helps us to how we design our symposiums in the future. But before we get started, I would like to read, which is our custom here at Miami-Dade College Earth Ethics Institute, by reading a land acknowledgement statement. How do we deepen our relationships with the indigenous people that have come before us who are living here on the land still? And this is our land acknowledgement statement, and it goes like this. At Miami-Dade College, we acknowledge the indigenous peoples on whose land we stand, the Miccosukee and the Seminole tribes who remain unconquered, and the Tequesta tribe who first occupied the land that is now downtown Miami, and so represent ties to both our prehistoric and historic past. Miami-Dade College is grateful for the unique knowledge and ways of being, as well as the profound connection to our South Florida ecosystems that these indigenous tribes represent. We look forward to strengthening our relationship with both Miami's indigenous peoples, as well as the natural world. And we will post that in the chat that you can check out later. And at the end, we will have some links to our LibGuide, which has the full schedule for the remainder of our symposium, as well as other information and other resources. And that will be towards the end of the session. So for the sake of getting started, I want to thank Professor Mise for allowing us for hosting this session. I want to also recognize and welcome other faculty who have joined this session today, and we look forward to hearing your questions in the chat as we go along. We are going to be showing a few different presentations, and hopefully we'll have time for questions at the end. But if not, we do appreciate those questions nonetheless. I'm going to now turn this over to the EEI student assistant Ashley Ferreira. She's going to load the first short presentation, actually, from Project SWAP. Ashley, are you ready to go with that?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'll be presenting Project SWAP and their take on fast fashion. So let me pull up this presentation real quick. All right. Can you guys all see it?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Del Valle, and I'm currently a project manager for Project SWAP, along with Ana Lopez and Luciana Cavarico. Over 100 million garments are discarded within a year of being made. Overproduction and overconsumption of clothing affects the environment and us every day. Majority of fast fashion ends up in landfills, releasing gases since they do not biodegrade. And the fast fashion industry also poses societal problems, especially in developing economies. And the goal of the project is to educate the public about the overconsumption, textile waste, and climate change while simultaneously offering our community feasible solutions. Project Swap was established by MTC Honors College students, and learning about the effects that fast fashion has on our world truly impacted the team and gave insight as to what can be done to reduce this harmful issue. Project Swap is a fun, interactive way to influence people to practice sustainability. Through the project, people get a new clothing item for themselves and participate in reducing overconsumption. The appeal to fast fashion is that it is more affordable. Therefore, it's a major reason as to why people play a part in the overconsumption of the fast fashion industry. This project proposes the alternative, which allows people to get clothing for free by just swapping. And many people ask how to make a swap. Well, you choose an item on the page and you message us and send us a picture of the item you would like to swap for. And once approved, you get pickup instructions for the item. And to donate or swap clothes, check us out on Instagram, which is at Project Swap with 2 P's. And if you don't have social media and would like to donate or also swap, you can email us at projectswapofficial@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Project Swap for that brief presentation. I want to just share with everyone that a week from this Thursday, we are going to have a mini Sustainapalooza, and Project Swap is going to be there. And so please check this out. If you have some swap items that you'd like to share with the community, please get a hold of Project Swap. This is really interesting and really an interesting use of technology, but also an interesting way to make community here at North Campus. Thank you so much for the Project Swap team. Ashley, are you ready with the next presentation?
Give me a second. I'm setting it up right now.
Okay. So while we're ready for the next presentation, which will be joined here in our office with Claudia Leon and the group from the Hialeah Yes Club, I want to just mention to you that we have opportunities to serve here on North Campus. If you're looking for academic service learning or just want to serve our community, we have a really great garden next to the Science Complex. And there will be this Friday from 9:30 to 12:30, we'll have a gardening event with our local, our gardening guru, Heidi Lalelid, who will lead students in how to work in the garden. We're going to be doing a lot of harvesting, and all the vegetables that we grow goes to our food pantry here on North Campus. So please come and join us on Friday. Put in instead. So we are just having a little glitch in loading the next presentation. Just give us another moment and we will be right with you. But in the meantime, I want to just share with you a couple of links here in our that I'm going to load into the chat. I want you to please take a look at these if you get a moment. This will be, these are the different links that we have to our ongoing 1 Degree of Change symposium. If you go to the CLC LibGuide, the first link, you will get a complete schedule and you'll be able to see the entirety of the rest of our 1 Degree of Change symposium, which will go on through Friday. So we have many sessions and presentations from a variety of different people. In addition, we have recorded our sessions and we've had some really amazing sessions so far that you'll be able to check out those recordings. Thank you. And we are just getting ready to load in another presentation. So Ashley, do you have something ready for us?
Yeah, so our next presentation is actually from the Yes Club, and they'll be talking about ways to live a more sustainable lifestyle. So let me load that in right now.
So bear with us. We're having a little bit of continuing technical difficulties. We do have another presentation that I'm going to load from my computer. Just one moment. Figure it out. So apparently we are still having technical difficulties with a computer that has difficulty staying connected to the internet. Karen, I see you're here. And I really appreciate everyone's patience as we continue to figure this out. But I'm going to try and connect from my computer to share the presentation. And give me 1 second here. And what are we going to show? And I need to share my screen.
No, there's no audio.
Hello, my name is Geraldine O'Halloran. I'm an honors North Campus student here in Miami Dade.
And my name is Renaira Nicholas, and I'm also an honors North Campus student.
And for today's presentation, we are going to share ways to live a more sustainable lifestyle with the Yes Club from the North Campus. So in this video, you are going to see our future generation talking about different ways to live sustainably and some ideas they came up with on ways to change our ways to live more sustainably.
Nikiwa mkubwa nataka niishi mahali pazuri, kusiwe na uchafu wowote, kusiwe na takataka lolote.
I think we should get this invention which sucks up all of the rubbish in the world and puts it in an intergalactic dimension.
I would like to see everyone using the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Many people know about it but don't practice it today.
I wish that like at school most people would not bring like snacks and stuff. Like they can still bring snacks but not so much packaged things, and that there can be like a compost or something at school. At my school we take rubbish from the ground and we use it to make things in Environment Club.
We'll recycle more and the global warming will go down and will reduce the amount of fossil fuels we're using.
I would like for people to acknowledge that like the things that we produce can release like chemicals in the air and stuff that hurt the wildlife around us.
Jag tycker att man ska sluta tillverka så mycket plast och sluta slänga så mycket. I probably want there to be no plastic bags selling. I think they're already doing something about it.
Please don't pollute the earth. Don't use too much plastic bags. Use recyclable bags. Don't use too much plastic, or the world will be a disaster. I wouldn't like people to use so much balloons at parties, because when balloons fly, seabirds die outside of that camp, and so they should use bubbles. Bubbles are better. And even don't forget this. Please don't use plastic.
So what is a sustainable lifestyle? Sustainable living is achieved by making choices that aim to reduce our individual and collective environmental impact by making positive changes to offset climate change and reduce environmental damage. Sustainability means making choices today that will positively impact the planet tomorrow. In other words, sustainable living is when you use renewable and natural sources to live. Examples include using less plastic, driving less or using public transportation, and using less one-use items like drinking straws. The video on the next slide talks about ways we can be more sustainable and keep our planet healthy.
We all love our planet. At least, we should. We can all protect our planet. Every day, we can protect the resources we share by creating smarter packaging, by choosing ingredients that meet high environmental and social standards, and that enables a circular economy. We can protect the climate we depend on by switching to low-carbon transport, by building state-of-the-art factories that use less power and greener power, by empowering manufacturers to explore sustainable technologies. We can protect the resources we share every day by using products that save water and energy. Experts predict there'll be more than 9 billion of us sharing this planet by 2050. That means we need to protect it more than ever. So let's put the power of 9 billion minds together. Whoever you are, wherever you are. This is your planet. It's our planet. If you love it, protect it every single day.
Now let's take a look at your toothbrush. If Shakespeare had brushed his teeth with a plastic toothbrush, it still wouldn't be fully decomposed today. 1 billion toothbrushes are thrown out every year in the US alone. So why brush with plastic when you can brush with bamboo? It's plastic-free, glue-free, and has plant-based bristles. Now, the reason why most deodorants are bad for the environment is due to their irresponsible packaging, the water pollution, and air pollution that they cause. Not all recycling programs accept aerosol cans, as they're difficult and expensive to recycle. Roll-on deodorants are usually packaged in mixed material containers. Many deodorants contain antibacterial chemical called triclosan. When it's washed off your body, it ends up in the planet's waterways. One study found triclosan in 58% of the US freshwater waterways and fresh streams. When aerosol sprays interact with other particles in the air, with chlorofluorocarbons, also known as CFCs, which deplete the ozone layer, they create toxic substances which can trigger asthma and permanently scar the lungs.
Check your dish soap label. Look out for vague and non-specific ingredient descriptions like surfactants, cleaning agents, preservatives, water softener, and foaming agents. You should also look for things like sulfuric acid. These ingredients can damage your health and the health of the aquatic ecosystem. Liquid dish soap comes in plastic and contains mostly water. If you're looking for a greener kitchen routine, try solid dish soap. Body scrubbers shed microplastics and collect bacteria. Using a reusable towel or exfoliating cloth is more efficient. Reusable towels are usually made out of cotton and are machine washable. You can also use body scrubbers that are made out of cloth instead of plastic to be more sustainable.
Single-use face masks take about 450 years to break down. Think of the billions of single-use face masks that were produced in 2020 alone. Face masks save lives, but single-use coverings that can't be recycled pose a huge threat to our oceans and marine life. Always, always dispose of masks properly and wear reusable ones whenever possible. Recycling also conserves natural resources, protects natural ecosystems, and encourages and preserves biological diversity. It prevents the emission of many greenhouse gases and water pollutants and saves energy. Recycling transforms waste into products that companies can use to make new products. Another form of sustainability is to grow your own produce. Sustainable agriculture increases profitable farm income, provides environmental stewardship, increases production for human food and fibers needed, and it reduces the need for fossil fuels and chemicals. One way to grow your own produce would be through aquaponics or using hydroponics. In this video, these are some examples of one girl that where she uses sustainability in her day-to-day life when grocery shopping, for example.
Quick question. As a consumer, what is it that you're actually consuming? In order to know where you're going, you first have to know where you've been. Now, naturally, most of our waste actually comes from our food consumption. So the first thing that I recommend that you guys do is take a look at your recycling bin, not your refrigerator, because what's important about this is going to give you a picture of the things that you're buying that are actually leaving behind single-use waste, because we're not focusing on the things that you're consuming in their entirety. And these are the things that you're going to indicate on your shopping list or your grocery list. Because now when you go to the supermarket, these are the things that you're going to try to replace. In other words, instead of buying the cherry tomatoes, maybe just get some on the vine. The items you've indicated are the ones that you want to look for alternatives or substitutes. And since plastic specifically is one of our biggest problems, that's what we're going to focus on first. Instead of grabbing a bag of salad, buy it fresh. And gradually, one by one, as you go through your list, again, just look for substitutions. And this way you can store it in your own reusable bags, creating almost no waste. Almost, because they do still come with twist ties around them. Plastic isn't the only culprit. Remember, the focus is producing less waste. And while berries are close to impossible to not buy in plastic cartons, you do usually have a little bit more flexibility with milks. If you also drink nut milks or plant-based milks and are finding your options a little bit more limited, a great hack as well is to just buy nut butters, because these you can sometimes find in glass jars. And if you guys need a recipe for almond milk, I've got that too. So now we're just going to take everything that we just practiced.
So know the 6 R's of sustainability. First, rethink. Do I really need to buy that? Is this an item that I will still want after a couple weeks have passed? Next, refuse unnecessary items. Do you really need that plastic straw? Afterwards, reduce your consumption. Prefer energy efficient products. Remember to turn off the lights when you leave the room and try to carpool when you can. Reuse old items. Find new uses. For example, art, boxes, and containers. Next, repair old items instead of replacing them with new ones. And lastly, recycle. Keep on reducing waste. Consider making a switch. Plastic bags to reusable produce bags. Plastic water bottles to reusable water bottles. Dish sponges to a dishcloth, copper scrubber, or compostable dish brush. Cloths over paper towels, and cans and glass over plastic. You can also go from plastic straws to paper or reusable straws.
So this was our presentation. Thank you for watching it. For more tips, check out at get.waste.ed and at the Zero Waste Guide on Instagram for more tips on sustainability. Remember to follow us on Instagram at the yesclub.mbcnorth. And also let us know your favorite sustainability hacks or what you do to make your life more sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. And we are going to be starting another presentation in one moment. But I just want to make a shameless blurb for the Yes Clubs at all of our campuses have been very active in sustainability, resiliency planning, earth literacy at Hialeah campus, at the North Campus, Kendall campuses, Padrone and Wolfson, and the West Campus. And it is through this club that students can get involved in being more active in the environment if you have environmental issues. And it's entirely on you guys what we do. The Yes Clubs have been they've been responsible for enacting a college-wide styrofoam ban. the Yes Clubs have been responsible for doing multiple beach cleanups, including working in our gardens, getting food to our underserved community. So we really encourage you, if you have just the slightest interest in what's going on with the environment, to please look at joining our Yes Clubs. And at our North Campus, we have an aquaponics club. So we are very, very happy and interested in having you. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley now for our next presentation.
Hi again, guys. The next presentation is called The Climate Calamity, and it was G-Cell's PBL project between 3 students. So let me share that right now.
Hi everyone, my name is Caterina Jimenez.
My name is Natalia Lorenzi.
And my name is Karina Verde.
Hi everyone, my name is Caterina Jimenez.
My name is Natalia Lorenzi.
And my name is Karina Verde.
And today we will be presenting our project-based learning on the climate calamity. Our inquiry question reads, how do natural disasters caused by the global phenomenon climate change affect a person's mental health and specific stress levels? And in addition, how does this extreme stress affect physical health?
The notion of climate anxiety has gained traction in the last years, yet uncertainty remains regarding the variations of climate anxiety across demographic characteristics and its associations with adaptive behaviors. Climate anxiety, or eco-anxiety, is distress related to worries about the effects of climate change. It stems from feelings of uncertainty in the future of our globe. Climate change is a real threat, and therefore it is normal to experience worry and fear about the consequences.
In the past few months, we have all seen or experienced many types of natural disasters. Whether it's California's wildfires, hurricanes in the south, or the extreme flooding in New York City, all of these disasters have affected the everyday lives of many communities globally. The American Psychological Association conducted a survey that showed data that more than 2/3 of Americans experience some climate anxiety. Children and young adults are particularly vulnerable. Stanford University's Center of Innovation, specializing in global health, conducted a survey that gathered over 10,000 youth in over 10 countries and found significant levels of psychological distress associated with climate change. This has also been affected by the government's failure to act quickly. About 3/4 of young people felt that the future is frightening. About half said that they experienced climate anxiety to a degree that affected their daily lives. And about 1/4 indicated fear about having children in the future due to the climate crisis. So how exactly is climate change affecting mental health? Anxiety is defined in Bowen's theory as emotional reactiveness to a real or imagined threat. This anxiety can promote feelings of guilt, anger, grief, and shame, and these emotions in turn can affect one's mood, behavior, and thinking. An article from Harvard Medical School suggests that children and young adults facing the effects of chronic stress due to climate anxiety may increase their risk of developing depression, anxiety, or even substance abuse disorders. A study conducted by the Psychological Sciences Research Institute assessed climate anxiety, along with demographic characteristics, climate change experience, and pro-environmental behaviors in 2,080 French-speaking participants from 8 different African and European countries. 11.64% of the participants reported experiencing climate anxiety frequently, and 20.72% reported experiencing daily life functional consequences, such as the ability to go to work and even socialize. There was no difference between participants from African and European countries. Overall, the results of this experiment show that changing climate has an effect on heightening levels of anxiety in people around the globe, thus impeding their daily life functions.
Okay, so how is climate change affecting physical health? Although vector transmission of infections, emergency situations following freak weather events, and through a new and emerging environmental challenges such as the altered UV radiation, skin cancer. So as many of you have noticed, due to the climate change, we have increased a lot in our skin cancer cases. So that's one of the most common known physical health problems that have developed through climate change, but there is quite a lot more. Like, air pollution produced by wildfires is associated with a respiratory and cardiovascular illness. And long-term exposure to air pollution can significantly increase the risk of a child-developed asthma, especially in young children. Breathing polluted air can also cause asthma attacks in people who already have asthma. Burning fossil fuels, for example, from power plants, cars, and trucks, produce carbon pollution that drives climate change and creates conventional air pollution, including particulate matter or PM, that can be harmful to health. Lifetime exposure to black carbon was linked to the asthma in early childhood between 3 and 5 years old. Anthropogenic climate changes has already resulted in warming and precipitation trends that claims 150,000 lives annually. In 2019 alone, fine particulate matter in the atmosphere resulted in at least 1.8 million deaths globally. Extremely hot weather and heat waves can lead to heat stroke and exhaustion. And the WHO forecasts that between 2030 and 2050, climate change will cause an additional 250,000 additional deaths per year. Floods, the most common natural disaster, cause injuries and drownings and spread waterborne disease. In 2006, floods affected more than 74 million people globally.
During the past century, more than 100 catastrophic hurricanes have impacted the Florida coast. Climate change will likely be associated with increases in the intensity of future storms. Hurricane exposure correlates with psychological distress, and storm severity correlates with post-traumatic stress disorder. Direct storm-related exposure variables such as displacement, financial loss, and property damage have also been associated with adverse psychological responses, particularly post-traumatic stress symptoms. In addition, media exposure to Hurricanes Irma and Michael have been associated with immediate post-hurricane distress.
Okay, possible solutions to reduce the heightened climate anxiety. So the first solution is educating yourself on climate change. Discovering personal strategies that best relieve your stress, such as meditation, going to groups, as we're going to talk later, spend time outside connecting with nature. Joining a climate-focused support group like Good Grief Neighbors, make more sustainably life choices, increase public awareness through advocacy, and staying prepared for natural disasters.
For our Take Action part of this project, we created a meditation collaboration within our clubs. It took place outside by the lake on National Stress Awareness Day, and we had a total of 12 participants. Before and after the meditation, we had our participants fill out a survey. One of the questions that we put in there was, how often do you feel stressed about climate changes or extreme weather events? As you can see, this is something that caught our participants' attention, and most of them did feel that they are stressed about these events. Another question was, how anxious do you feel before this meditation? And the question that we asked afterwards was how anxious did they feel after? And as you can see, there was a great increase on not feeling as anxious after the meditation took place.
Okay, here we have some other questions that were asked before and after. And as you can tell, when Nat said in the last slide, there was a big difference before and after we did the meditation. And we can see how this meditating, it's one of the strategies it can take in place to release a lot of the stress and anxiety that is caused by this climate change.
In our survey, we also asked what ways that these participants personally relieved anxiety caused by climate change. Here are a couple of examples. Practicing sustainable habits and gratitude. And one participant even said, I remind myself to have hope that our generation is able to take enough action to gradually stop the effects of climate change before it's too late. I also ground myself and actively participate in events that help me learn about the issue and take action against it. We also asked our participants which ways they help relieve stress during times of natural disasters or extreme weather events that we all have faced. Here are some of their responses. Take a moment and examine the situation. I think it's about grounding yourself really. I've always tried to ground myself during these moments of stress to clear my mind a bit. I think about how things won't change just because I'm stressed about them. So I take in deep breaths and think about what I can do in the moment to stay informed. Another participant said that they do something that caters to helping the environment. They also research how they can help or solutions towards the problem.
Okay, and here we have some of the reference we use. As we can see, we tried to use as many information and resources that was available because we really wanted to see what were most of the mental health issues that can be caused by climate change, because we were clear that climate change has caused things like skin cancer, increasing asthma, and a lot of physical changes in human body, but not so many people talk about the mental health behind it, and we wanted to portray that. So that's why we did so many research, and we have.
And here we are, we're back in Zoom Crash Central. And thank you that you're all still with us. Thank you for that great presentation. We have a few minutes left, and I'm going to cut right to it. We're going to have the Hialeah Yes Club presenting on Earth literacy. And I am going to share my screen, and Claudia Leon is going to share from, is this one? Yeah. And she will be taking it away. Wait, what's this? What's this?
I have no idea.
Stop sharing. Hold on.
There you go. No, but it is sharing though.
No.
That's sharing. Okay.
Which are you sharing Earth literacy?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Just make it full screen. It's not full screen.
Full screen.
Or presentation mode.
Yeah, I think it's just really
all the way to the bottom.
Oh,
well, there's
like
many places.
slideshow?
Yeah, there.
There?
Next one. That one.
I apologize. Hello, everyone. Can you see it? Is it good? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Claudia Leon. I'm the president of Hialeah Yes Club, and we'll be presenting Earth literacy, examples of Earth literacy. And so the table of contents are: what is earth literacy? Why is it important? What are ways in which we could incorporate more earth literacy into our communities, the Everglades, and social media and its benefits? And so let me start the presentation. Why is earth literacy important? Well, in this time and in this day, we're going through immense changes and irreversible circumstances with our earth. We're going through loss of species, more severe storms, hotter temperatures, higher concentration in greenhouse gases, and a warm rising ocean. And so it is within us to learn more about our earth in order to combat these situations. This entails that us learning, experiencing, and promoting the interconnectedness of our earth promotes us to then create missions in helping the environment. Okay. And so we'll be looking at why earth literacy is important. It is vital for our own well-being, and it is important to share it with the future generations and incorporate it into more different types of classrooms and subjects. There are certain problems that come with it, and that comes with educational policies. And so as you can see here, reasons teachers don't teach climate change. 65% say it is not related to the subject they teach. 20% of students are too young, and 17% don't know enough about it. Now, that is very unfortunate. And in the next following categories, 17% don't have materials enough to teach. 8% don't believe in climate change. 6% state mandates it be taught at a different grade level. My school does not allow it by 4%, and students have already learned about it by 2%. It's a very concerning issue because our future generations should learn more about earth literacy, what our earth entails, and its ecosystems in order to then provide a better curriculum and for them to understand how our world works, how to create action plans, and then move forward with volunteer projects, etc. And it shows here the percentage of parents who talk to their children about climate change and the percentage of teachers who teach about climate change, which both of them are less than 50%, less than half. It's unfortunate. Now I bring it back to Giuliani, who is the vice president of Hialeah Yes Club. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be presenting about the education of earth literacy. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, so next slide, please. Next slide, please. Claudia, can you please move it to the next slide? Thank you. So the main thing that we want to focus on is more on our children as well. Even though we are college students, our children are our future, like Claudia was saying. And we believe that teaching the future generations of our natural world is one of the most important things, because as she was saying, not many children know about it, and they are the people who will grow up and they will help everyone with learning about the earth, just like we are today. So we want to teach them about the power of voting and how even just a college can make petitions, and just by using the power of voting, it can help with the environment and helping with laws and things that we aren't able to control, but people who are in higher power can. And we also want to teach them with engaging with nature, because it helps so much with learning about it. And when you're around nature, it makes you feel so much more connected with it. Next slide, please. So now I'm going to pass it on to Natalie, our secretary, to explain the Everglades National Park.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Well, I just want to say great job as of now, guys. And yes, I will be talking about the Everglades. So as mentioned, one of the best ways to learn is to get out there. And we had the privilege of recently visiting the Everglades National Park. The Everglades National Park is a subtropical wetland ecosystem. And next slide, please. It is located in the southwestern section of Florida, which, lucky for us, is just in our backyard. Next slide, please. The Everglades National Park was established in December 6, 1947. And in the Everglades National Park, it is important to mention that people do still reside there. Two tribes at the moment are residents of the Everglades area, the Mississippi tribe and the Seminole tribe. It is important to establish as of now to know that people have been here before us, and it is possible to know that there are people that we can learn from as well, how to take care of our planet. And people from around the world, if they love science or just love to travel, do also visit the Everglades National Park. Next slide, please. It is important to mention that it's important to both animals and us as the humans. So it is really, really important to take care of all national parks. In Florida, it houses the manatees, American crocodile and alligator, and the Florida panther, and so many more species. And for us humans, it provides to more than 8 million Florida residents drinking water, and it protects us from floods and hurricanes. Next slide, please. There we are, looking very stunning and also learning much about the Everglades National Park. Thank you. I will be moving on the presentation to Giuliani. Thank you.
Hello, so now I'll be discussing how social media can be such a great tool for us as an environmental club or just anyone that wants to speak on the environment. It helps so much with environmental awareness, for example, like sharing posts. From Oxford University, they did an experiment, and it said that for every 1,000 tweets or likes generated on a post about climate change, there was an average increase in pro-environmental behavior among followers by 0.14%. Even though it may not seem like much, it is a lot more than we would want, and we wish for it to go higher. Even though so when you share posts, it helps so much with us and explaining everything that we want the followers to learn about. Like when we have social media, we have Instagram, all these things, we post pictures. And for example, like petitions help bring awareness to people in higher power of what people want to improve in their homes. So even as tiny as groups as us, like college students, we're able to express what we want in our homes. And that those are some pictures of us at the Everglades National Park. And those are just some pictures that we like to post. And also posting pictures online on social media helps for other people that haven't been able to go to the park. They are able to see how great it is and how they are able to experience the earth. And now these are some ways that we're going to show to be active. So like we explain, volunteering, be plastic free, conserve water, reduce your carbon footprint, and stray from fast fashion. And this is just a quote that us as a club, we wanted to share to everyone. We want you guys to know that to be the change you wish to see in the world, by Gandhi.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of our presentation, and I'll take it on to Stefan.
Somehow, thank you. We got through it today. I want to thank everyone for being here. For those that stuck around a little bit longer to hear the end of the Hialeah Yes Club's presentation on the Everglades. What a phenomenal place that we should all visit and honor and celebrate and luxuriate in. I want to thank all the faculty that brought their classes today. We had some amazing sessions. In spite of the technological glitches, our voices are heard today, and I'm so grateful for all the work our students did. And I'm please check out our LibGuide. I will put it in the chat once again if you are all interested in seeing any of our other sessions for the rest of the week. Here we go. I do have a post survey if I'm going to put it in the chat as well. And let me do that. And that's it for today. If anyone has any
Hi,
questions.
Steve.
Yep.
Sorry, I want to say that I really, we have all really enjoyed this event so far, and I know there's more days to go, and really recognize how hard it's for all of you working and putting together these. And the tech problems is just a tiny, tiny, tiny bump, nothing important. Thank you
Sure.
for the hard work.
Thank you so much, Professor Alvarez, and thank you for all the work you're doing. And the Hialeah Yes Club has been very active in our garden this year. We still have harvests to go. If any of you are looking for service learning or anyone wants to come and support our community, please come. We have a lot
I
of
have
vegetables.
posted that in my classes. I'll just remind everybody, and you know, as the semester gets into the end, the students rushing to get those hours. So I'm sure you're going to have a great amount of help.
Thank you, Professor Kuhn. Thank you, Professor Mize, for hosting today's sessions. And please check out our CLC link, which is up here in the chat. The CLC LibGuide, which I'll just post again, is where you can find the rest of the sessions for this week. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hang out here in case anyone has any questions as we filter out for the day. We are gonna try and show a film at some point. I'm gonna give it a plug right now called Circa. We were holding it back just in case we had an opportunity, but we are going to be looking to maybe put it somewhere. So look for that. But just for the rest of our sessions, please check out the link above in the chat, libraryguides.nbc.edu/CLC for the rest of our sessions. And thank you so much. I'm going to mute myself, but I'll